you want to see the future of electric vehicles, don't look at Silicon Valley. Look at a former accountant in Mumbai driving a three-wheeled rickshaw. Welcome to today's deep dive.
Yeah, glad to be here.
We've got a fascinating stack of research to go through today. We're exploring how India is transforming from like a basic assembly market into this massive global EV innovation hub.
Right, and their mission is just wild. They want to electrify 30% of the entire national fleet.
Which translates to what exactly?
That means 80 million EVs on the road by 2030.
Wow, 80 million.
Yeah, it's a staggering number, but it's driven by this absolute necessity to combat severe urban pollution. And what's really compelling about the sources we're looking at today is how India is moving away from that gentle, subsidy-driven phase of adoption.
Right, the carrot approach.
Exactly. They are stepping straight into a strict mandate-led era.
Yeah, but to understand how they actually plan to hit those massive numbers, I mean, you first have to look at the real-world drivers.
Yeah.
The research highlighted a fantastic grassroots example. Vidya Gugosavi, that former accountant in Mumbai.
Oh, right, the micro-entrepreneur.
Yes. So she bought an electric three-wheeler to transport passengers. And for her, the switch wasn't about saving the planet. It was about the fact that the vehicle is quiet, incredibly efficient, and drastically improved her family life and her daily income.
And that organic, livelihood-driven adoption is a massive piece of the puzzle, you know? But the reality is organic growth simply isn't fast enough to meet India's climate deadlines.
So they just forced the issue.
Yeah, the government is using these heavy-handed top-down mandates. Take Delhi's EV Policy 2.0. They are planning to completely ban new internal combustion three-wheelers by January 2027.
Oh, wow.
And two-wheelers by April 2028.
Wait, a complete ban on gas-powered two-wheelers in just a couple of years? That's like replacing the carrot with the sledgehammer.
It really is.
But can a rapidly urbanizing nation actually support this kind of forced overnight shift? Like without grinding the city to a halt?
Well, they can only survive it if the local technology is actually ready to handle the environment. And surprisingly, it is. Indian EV hardware offers unbeatable value, and it's evolving for extreme climate and road conditions.
The local tech is genuinely impressive. I mean, look at the Tata Curvv.ev. It boasts a 585-kilometer range.
Which is huge.
Right. And it features vehicle-to-load technology, meaning you can literally plug a coffee machine or a power tool right into your car.
That is such a cool feature.
Then you have the Tata Tiago.ev. It's this urban commuter where the running cost is just a fifth of a petrol car. And they're using LFP batteries designed to last over 10 years.
Which is a crucial detail to unpack. LFP stands for lithium iron phosphate. The reason that chemistry is so vital here is its thermal stability.
Because of the extreme heat.
Exactly. A standard EV battery degrades significantly and can even become a fire risk in extreme heat. But LFP batteries handle India's scorching summers with minimal degradation.
Which guarantees that decade-long lifespan.
Right.
Okay, I love the engineering, but I have to push back on the hype here.
Yeah.
Powering a coffee maker from your SUV is incredibly cool, but there's a massive price wall here.
Oh, for sure.
Electric four-wheelers cost up to 7 lakh rupees more than petrol cars. For anyone listening outside of India, that's roughly an $8,500 premium. How is mass adoption possible when the math just doesn't add up for everyday buyers?
Well, that is exactly why the mandates exist. You can't just wait for the prices to drop. The strategy is that forced adoption creates immediate massive demand.
Ah, I see.
And that demand forces domestic manufacturing to scale up, driving economies of scale, and eventually bringing that 7 lakh premium down.
Okay, that makes sense. But that exact price wall exposes some deeper systemic cracks in this electric utopia, doesn't it? It leads us to the massive hurdles of infrastructure and lifecycle management.
Yeah, it absolutely exposes the charger deficit. Currently, India's EV-to-charger ratio is a dismal 1 to 235.
Yikes.
Yeah, compared to the global average, which is about 1 to 6.
A ratio of 1 to 235 is beyond range anxiety. That's just the logistical nightmare. And the sources point out huge freight gaps, too. Heavy-duty trucks are only 3% of the fleet, but they cause 44% of transport emissions.
And yet, electric trucks cost 4 times more than diesel trucks.
Which is a huge barrier. And then there's the looming waste crisis. Right now, only 3 to 5% of lithium-ion batteries are currently recycled.
Yeah, the e-waste issue is critical.
Which raises a really alarming question. If we're aggressively pushing millions of batteries onto the roads without a circular economy, aren't we just trading a tailpipe smog problem today for a toxic battery waste problem tomorrow?
It is arguably the biggest risk they face. If you summarize all this, India's EV revolution is a fascinating global blueprint. It combines those grassroots livelihood improvements with aggressive policy.
It's an incredible shift.
But they're in a literal race against time to fix their charging networks and battery recycling loops before the first major wave of these batteries dies.
It's a high-stakes balancing act for sure. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn something new today and for joining us on this deep dive.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Remember that bidirectional charging tech, where EVs act as mobile batteries?
Like plugging in the coffee maker.
Exactly. Well, think about city power grids. Normally, millions of cars charging would cause severe power grid anxiety. But during peak demand, could those vehicles actually pump power back in?
Oh, wow.
Could they become the very solution that stabilizes our city electrical grids?
So the millions of cars causing the strain might actually be the cure.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. Catch you next time.